Hey, Jasmine.
Huh?
It's that time again.
What time?
Time for video game news from Nerdlocker.
Oh, sweet.
So with the zombie genre slowly fading out,
Or dying, as you can say.
Call of Duty has taken it upon themselves to try and get a little bit out there with a new downloadable content.
It's the Rezurrection pack. It's been out for Xbox for a little while. Xbox has that contract where they get the downloadable map packs first, so that's the only reason it's been out. But it's finally coming to PC and PSN, which is kind of cool. It has the original ones from the original maps from World at War. They're coming back, all HD and like modified and made for Black Ops, and a new map, which is actually supposed to be the last like story part of this crazy saga. I don't even know what the hell was going on this entire time. Just fighting zombies. I didn't know there's an actual story, but it's the moon level and it's crazy ridiculous. And you fight on the moon and you shoot a zombie and he's running at you. You shoot him, he dies and he just floats away. And it's really cool. It looks like the physics are really crazy and I don't know. I've already spent $60 on the game.
How are they running on the moon though?
They have like moon boots and.
Oh, the zombies have. That makes perfect sense.
Like the zombies were on the moon. It was a colony on the moon for some reason. I have no idea what's going on with this whole moon thing, but Nazi zombies on the moon sounds like Iron Skies, but whatever.
They had a zombie level in Modern Warfare 2, correct?
They did not have a zombie level in Modern Warfare 2.
Wasn't that there another Modern Warfare that has a zombie level?
No, not Modern Warfare. It was World at War.
World at War.
It was Call of Duty World at War. It was actually the same creators that did Black Ops. It was an Easter egg in that one. It kind of got like crazy big, and then they started putting zombie maps out for that. With Black Ops, they were going to come back eventually. You kind of knew they were going to come back. So
when I heard about this, I tried to play it myself, and I mean, I'm not a huge video game person, but that was really hard.
Yeah, if you're not used to the first-person shooter controls, it gets a little difficult. The longer you go in it, and it just takes practice, man.
I don't know. It seemed a little repetitive. It didn't seem like the right kind of zombie game for me. You know, it's like build up the window, build up the door, build up the window.
It's very simple. It's very basic. You can get a lot of fun out of it, but it only goes so far. It only goes so far. And I like Modern Warfare 3. We've been talking about a lot. I've been talking about a lot. Jesus Christ, but. This you'll actually be able to have varying enemies in their horde mode. You can't block up, you can't board things up, but you're gonna have people coming at you, people shooting at you, actual people instead of zombies. Then you're gonna have dogs coming at you. People and dogs strapped with C4 and they blow up after a little while. Juggernauts, planes, helicopters, all these things coming at you. So it's changing it, it's adding more challenge to it, but it's still that same basic horde mode. Gears of War 3, they have a great horde mode too. So. We'll see what happens with this. It's only $14.99 on PSN and PC, so have fun killing some zombies out there, guys. Let us know what you think of the map.
So, I'm not surprised this happened, but others are. After the Tokyo Game Show, Nintendo stock dropped 5%.
I wouldn't say I'm surprised as much as it is. It's like weird because the fact that like yes, you're not surprised because they've been doing so horribly with coming out new games with their marketing stuff, but at the same time they're coming out with a new Monster Hunter title. They've got a couple other games announced like the Mario Tennis, Mario Kart, stuff like that. They've given details about it. The big thing is Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is like 1 out of 2 of the most popular games in Japan. If you like go anywhere, you see people playing it. It's insanely popular. They announced a new game for Nintendo, which is a big deal, and it still didn't do well. And so, well, it's obvious that their stocks were going to drop because of the fact that they're not having any new titles, their business isn't doing as well as it used to. The fact that people were still so disappointed with such an epic title being announced is surprising, and especially the fact in Japan market. You could definitely predict it was going to drop in the American market because of the fact that nobody here cares about Monster Hunter. But in Japan, since it's such a big deal, you'd feel that it'd have more of an impact, like people would be more excited, but I guess because they've made too many mistakes where something even as big as that isn't going to make an impact.
I think that Nintendo is losing their relevancy.
Yes, yeah.
Very much so, because the Wii pretty much just had a strong hold on like gamers, girlfriends, kids, and like fat people.
Yeah.
So once that market's been oversaturated, I mean, none of us want to play a Wii game. I'd rather console. So.
And even the people who had it before, it's become like a party favorite, like
exactly
a Twister or something like that, like old school games, board games, where you're like you pull it out when people come over. And that's it. So what are they going to do? They're not going to go and buy a new title for it because they don't need it. They're just, when friends come over, they pull out Wii Party, and that came free with it. So why in the world would they? It's depressing to see such a big title go to such a low level, but that's what happens.
So Gamestop is kind of jumping on this big tablet bandwagon, and they're actually going to be releasing, rumor has it, a Android branded tablet.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense why they want to. This is becoming such a popular phenomenon. I mean, with how mobile gaming is coming from being the DS and PSP to
Cell
iPhone,
phones,
tablets, things like that.
iPads,
It makes
all this
complete
stuff,
sense
yeah.
why they want to get into the market. But the market's so fierce and competitive, and a tablet that's strictly to a store, like GameStop, it makes it seem as if it's only going to be sold at GameStops if it's GameStop branded, which would really limit their clientele.
Yeah, but I think it would help them get their own exclusivity, like in terms of games and stuff out. You can only get it through that tablet, and it's only available. I mean, that'll only work if they can get some good licensing deals with that.
But they've been trying to do that with their online market, and that's been only doing,
Exactly. You know, they're using the regular games, and people kind of just want to go and buy games at the store sometimes. You need some human interaction sometimes after playing all these video games and dealing with NPCs.
And so, I mean, more power to them for trying. And if they accomplish and they become successful with it, it becomes the new tablet, then
They're
rock
awesome.
on.
Great. Everyone's going to have one, and they're going to do their job right.
And they should try and get on that market. I just am a little skeptical. So.
Sweet. Let us know what you guys think. So some big news from Intel and Android. I know you're a crazy Android fan, as am I. But Intel is putting in processors in their phones, in Android phones and tablets. So, holy crap, that's pretty awesome.
This could be good news, also could be bad news. I personally have an Intel Atom processor, which is what they're saying they're going to be putting in newer Android tablets. An Atom processor. I have an Atom processor in my netbook, which is
I have one too.
Just a little bit dated, but I find a lot of problems with doing multitasking, which is the biggest thing for Android.
That's one thing you can
the
do
greatest thing about
easily.
Android is multitasking, being able to do so many things at once, and an Intel Atom processor isn't able to really do that too effectively. I have a Tegra 2 processor in my tablet, and it handles everything flawlessly. So I don't really understand why Intel even has to get involved. I would say that they just want to get involved with the whole mobile processing unit now. So
Android's now pretty much available for any kind of processing system.
Yeah.
So let's see what implications this holds for the future. I mean, this could be some crazy. It might lead to some crazy things besides Atom processors. We might get some dual core processors or some crap like that.
Well, they are saying they're going to be putting a slightly lower processor in phones, in Android phones. But even so, I mean, now dual-core processors are being put into simple Android phones. So I don't understand why they even need to get involved at this point.
Who knows? It's for the money.
We'll see how it goes. Tell us what you guys think in the comments below.
So this is a pretty cool little snippet of news. Angry Birds has surpassed 350 million downloads.
That is intense.
It really is. I think it's awesome.
Crazy. I mean, but the thing is, the coolest thing about it is that they continue to please their fan base. So it's not only just like they're repeating the same levels, they give updates with free levels, which is such a good policy to have. Because I mean, especially when you're making, what, 99 cents, and that's the minimum of how much it is, because if it's like iPad or something like that, it costs more. Or if you get it on, I think on PS3, it might be a little bit more than 99 cents. Not positive though. But if you consider the fact that even when they're making more on the other ones, they could charge more to be able to get more levels, like do different things. Instead, they're just giving you free stuff because they've got the good customer base, and it's cool. They're doing a really good model, came up with a game that's a really good hit, kind of really developed the iPhone market into a one that could be able to make such crazy amounts of money when before it didn't establish such long-living brands.
Yeah.
So it's very cool, more power to them.
So Blizzard has announced that there will be 6 new proven titles over the next 3 years.
Yeah, they're going to have 2 expansions for World of Warcraft, which we already pretty much knew about. 2 expansions for StarCraft, which were known, and then Diablo. Cool thing though is that they're saying there's a 6th one. A lot of people are speculating that it's just going to be a Diablo expansion, since it would make sense for the timeline. If Diablo comes out around next year, then you have an expansion that's for 3 years. 1 to 2 years down the line would be a perfect time for an expansion to come out. It's still cool though that they're even like pretty much confirming it while still hinting. So I mean, it's cool. What do you think?
I don't know anything about the other games, but I would be very happy if there was 6 Diablo expansions. That would be great.
Yeah.
The other 2 games I don't know too much about, but Diablo was awesome, and seeing some more out of that would be great.
Yeah, I mean, Diablo looks like it's going to do fantastic. They've started up the beta, and so I can't wait for that game to come out. And I mean, especially if they're going to be releasing 6 titles in the next 3 years, you better believe they're going to make ridiculous money. I mean, what was it? The last World of Warcraft expansion beat ridiculous amounts of records. StarCraft always does amazing, and of course everybody's going to eat up the expansions. Diablo, of course, is going to do fantastic. I mean, it's going to be a great 3 years for Blizzard.
Yeah, it's
going to
be great. But tell us what you guys think in the comments below.
All right, that's going to do it for all the video game news this week. But until next week, be sure to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube page. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Jasmine.
And we'll see you next week for even more video game news.